All right, buckle up, folks, 'cause this story's about to take a turn for the seriously spooky. So, we're back in good old Willowbrook, England, and our main man Daniel has just stumbled upon the Hawthorne Inn. Now, this place isn't just any old inn, it's got a reputation for being seriously haunted. As Daniel steps through the creaky old door, he's hit with a feeling like he's being watched. The air is thick with the scent of old wood and candle wax, and there's this eerie silence that makes his skin crawl. But Daniel's tired from his travels, so he brushes off the heebie-jeebies and heads to his room. Now let me tell you about this room. It's like something straight out of a horror movie. There are moth-eaten curtains hanging from the windows, and the floorboards creak underfoot like they're whispering secrets to each other. Daniel's starting to regret his decision to stay the night, but he's too exhausted to turn back now. As he settles into bed, Daniel can't shake the feeling that he's not alone in the room. It's like there's a presence lurking in the shadows, watching his every move. And then, just as he's about to drift off to sleep, he hears it. A soft whisper, barely audible but undeniably sinister. That's it. Daniel's out of there. Faster than you can say, ghost. He bolts out of bed and flings open the door, ready to make a run for it. But when he steps out into the hallway, he's greeted with a sight straight out of his worst nightmares. The hallway stretches out in front of him, twisting and turning like a maze with no end in sight. It's like the inn itself is playing tricks on him, taunting him with its endless corridors. Daniel's heart is pounding in his chest as he races down the hallway, desperate to escape the suffocating feeling of dread that hangs in the air. But just when he thinks he can't take it anymore, he stumbles upon the inn's main foyer, where the innkeeper, Mr. Thompson, is waiting for him with a knowing smile. Without a word, Mr. Thompson leads Daniel to a cozy parlor, where a fire crackles in the hearth, and the shadows seem to retreat. As Daniel catches his breath, Mr. Thompson begins to spin a tale of mystery and intrigue, a tale of love and betrayal, tragedy and revenge. He tells Daniel about Eleanor Hawthorne, the young woman whose spirit haunts the inn, trapped between the world of the living and the dead. But here's the kicker. Eleanor's death was no accident. Oh no, it was a murder most foul, orchestrated by a jealous lover who couldn't bear to see her happy. And now, her spirit roams the halls of the inn, seeking vengeance on anyone who dares to cross her path. Daniel's mind is reeling as he listens to Mr. Thompson's tale. He realizes now that he's stumbled into something far more sinister than he could have ever imagined. A battle between the living and the dead, where the stakes are nothing less than his own soul. But Daniel's not about to let a ghost scare him off. No, sir. He's made of sterner stuff. So, armed with nothing but his wits and a healthy dose of courage, he sets out to uncover the truth behind Eleanor's death and put her spirit to rest once and for all. And as the first light of dawn breaks over the village of Willowbrook, Daniel heads back into the inn, ready to face whatever spooky surprises lie in store. 'Cause when it comes to ghost hunting, he's the man for the job. So, armed with his newfound knowledge and a heart full of courage, Daniel sets out to confront the ghost of Eleanor Hawthorne once and for all. He waits until nightfall, when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest, before venturing back into the Hawthorne Inn. The air is thick with tension as Daniel makes his way through the inn's dimly lit corridors, his heart pounding in his chest. Finally, he reaches the room where Eleanor's spirit is said to reside. The air grows cold as he steps inside, and Daniel can feel the weight of her presence pressing down on him like a leaden blanket. But he refuses to be intimidated. With steady steps, Daniel approaches the spot where Eleanor's spirit is said to appear, and he waits, his breath caught in his throat. And then, like a wisp of smoke emerging from the darkness, Eleanor's ghost materializes before him. She's pale and ethereal, her eyes blazing with a mixture of anger and sorrow. But Daniel stands his ground. With a calm voice, he begins to speak to Eleanor, acknowledging her pain and offering her the compassion she so desperately craves. He tells her of his quest to uncover the truth of her death, of the injustice that has kept her spirit bound to the Hawthorne Inn for so long. And slowly but surely, he begins to chip away at the walls of resentment and anger that have surrounded her for centuries. As he speaks, Daniel can see the tension in Eleanor's form begin to ease. Her features soften, and a flicker of recognition dances in her eyes. And then, in a moment of profound connection, Eleanor reaches out to Daniel, her hand trembling with emotion. And in that moment, Daniel knows what he must do. With a gentle touch, he takes Eleanor's hand in his own, offering her the warmth and comfort she so desperately craves. And as he does, he feels a surge of energy pass between them, a connection that transcends the boundaries of life and death. And then, with a soft sigh, Eleanor's ghost begins to fade away, her form dissolving into the darkness like a wisp of smoke on the wind. As Daniel stands alone in the room, he knows that he has succeeded. The curse has been lifted, and Eleanor's spirit has found peace at last. And as he steps out into the cool night air, Daniel knows that he has truly earned his place as the hero of Willowbrook.